Chris Beard, basketball coach here at Angelo State. We're entering our second season. This year will be my 20th year in coaching, 19 in college basketball, and I was fortunate enough to coach professional basketball for 1 year. People ask me from time to time, why I got into coaching, why I chose as an occupation. I knew at an early age that I wanted to be around the game of basketball as long as I possibly could. Each of us can only play the game so long, including the best players in the world. There's always a day where your playing days are over. And when that happened to me, I knew I wanted to get into coaching. Probably second to only my father, the most instrumental, influential people in my life have been the coaches that I've played for and worked for. It certainly started in high school. I was able to be a part of 2 successful programs as a high school player and played for Mike Kuhnstadt and Randy Feemster at Irving High School, and then finished my career with Terry Priest at the McCullough High School in the Woodlands near Houston. Those guys really instilled a love of basketball in me, and as I look back, are a real big reason that I chose college coaching as a profession. Yeah, the game of basketball has blessed me in so many ways. I'm asked from time to time some of my memories. Really, every team I've ever coached, I share special memories with, and those players. It starts, with graduation day. Back in junior college, seeing those guys get associate degrees at Fort Scott and Seminole, and then all the stops along the way. Graduation Saturday is always probably even more important than all the games we've won over the years. But certainly the championships that we've won over the years, the postseason tournament games. Here at Angelo State in our first year, getting the program turned around, back on the right track, making the postseason, winning a postseason game, are certainly all things that I have fond memories of. But it's not just about the games and the wins or even graduation. It's just about the day-to-day grind, the bus trips, the hard practice, the locker room meetings. There's a special bond being on a basketball team, and those are things that I don't take for granted, and it's really why I've dedicated my life to this sport, and why I'm so appreciative of the players that play for us, and why I love my guys. What's special about Angelo State is we've got an administration that starts with Dr. May and Dr. Flores and all the people in the administration, to Sean Johnson, our athletic director, and we all share the same vision. I tell guys all the time in recruiting, and even today when they're playing for us, that the reasons that I chose to pursue this job and was fortunate enough to get it are the same reasons why they should come to Angelo State. And it's back to those 3 ideals. 1, everybody in this school is on board for graduating players. I mean, we want to graduate every student athlete. That's important to us. 2, we want to win. We want to win championships. Every coach wants to win, every player wants to win, but it's not that easy. The school, the administration has to share that vision and has to give you the resources to do that, and we certainly have that here. And then number 3, that commitment to help you when basketball is over. This school stands for a lot of things, and one of those great things is we help our graduates after graduation. There's really 3 things that we emphasize with each of our players from the first moment we start the recruiting process all the way till the day they walk across the graduation stage. In a lot of ways, these 3 things are really my coaching philosophy as well. It's what our program's built on. Number 1, we want every player that we ever coach to graduate. And I've been very fortunate in my coaching career that we've almost accomplished that. In 19 years, only had 2 guys that I've recruited and coached throughout their eligibility that didn't finish their degree. Both of them are making a lot of money playing professional basketball right now. And I hope that both of those guys, you know who I'm talking about, will end up getting your degree one day. But we really emphasize graduation from the first time we talk to a kid in the recruiting process all the way till when they play for us, and even sometimes after. Number 2, we talk about winning championships. And to win a championship, all the things in basketball that involve are related to that. Developing your game, becoming the best player you can, being an unselfish player, playing on both ends of the floor, having a team chemistry, recruiting high character people, all the things that go into winning championships is something we emphasize. And then number 3, we talk about becoming a better person during your time playing for us at Angelo State, and achieving all your goals after basketball. Certainly with our best players, we talk about professional basketball, helping those guys continue to play the game as long as they can. We've been very successful over the years doing that, and we're already off to a great start here at Angelo State with Brian Hammond and Kenny Williams both having professional opportunities next season. But not just the guys that play pro, we take an equal pride in helping our guys no matter what they choose. We've got Zach Jones going into banking. Ryan Marsh is starting a successful business career in Dallas. Ice and Chris Talkington are finishing up their college degrees. Ice looking forward to get into banking. Chris going to get into the business world, probably in the Dallas area. So we take a lot of pride in helping our guys after college. It's not just about basketball to us. It's about having a relationship with these guys for the rest of our lives. And we're in our locker room now. Obviously, we have the best arena in college basketball in the Janelle Center here at Angelo State. We've also got great facilities. This is where it all goes down here in the locker room. But two of the things that we really take a lot of pride in with our program, that really kind of what we stand for. You know, one of them we talk a lot about the mental to physical, 4-to-1. The mental is to the physical is 4-to-1. We talk a lot about the mental game, not only in basketball, but in academics, in life, in the day-to-day grind and what it takes to be successful. Our players take a lot of pride in it. It's always a highlight of mine to get a letter from a past player or a phone call from a guy years later and he says, "Coach, 4-to-1. So that's something we take a lot of pride in. The other one is a saying that's been with our team since 1999 when I had my first head coaching job. It's tough times pass, tough people last. We really believe that. We talk from day one about a man's character is revealed during times of adversity. You know, everybody's happy when you're winning and everybody's in a circle kumbaya and hugging each other when times are good. But when things get a little tough, which is what life is, life to me is about how you respond to each adversity you have, and certainly basketball is no different than that. So these two things, mental to physical, 4-to-1, tough times pass, tough people last, are two things that are very important to our players and our program. And of course we have our team mascot, Ted here, who's been a part of us getting the Angelo State program started. And we're looking for a bigger role out of Ted next year. One of the games that we lost this year, nobody knows this, but Ram fans, I'll give you a little insight, actually wasn't the players or coach's fault. It was our head student manager, Justin Paisley, who's a college coach now at McMurray University. He forgot to pack Ted on a road trip, and unfortunately, you know, we just didn't have it that night. Looking back, I probably got on the players a little bit too hard. I want to apologize to everybody that was on last year's team for that road loss. I don't think it was y'all's fault. It was Justin Paisley's fault for not bringing Ted on the bus. And one of the cool things about my career is the coaches that I've been associated with. You know, I've been very fortunate. Started when I was an undergrad at the University of Texas, being a part of Coach Pender's program and everything I learned from him. And then the guys that I've worked for in coaching, Danny Casper is one of the best coaches in the state of Texas and really the country. He's currently the head coach at Texas State in San Marcos. One of the best basketball coaches I've ever been around. Vic Trilly at the University of North Texas taught me so much, not only about basketball, but life. I was fortunate enough to work for a young coach in Shannon Hayes at Abilene Christian early in my career that taught me a lot. And then certainly my head coaching experiences. You know, I've coached 5 different places as a head coach, 4 in college, 1 at the professional level. The assistant coaches that I've been fortunate enough to be around, all the great players that I've coached over the years have really helped me. And then certainly something that I'm associated with and I'm very proud to be associated with is that I spent almost a decade with Coach Bob Knight and Pat Knight. I'm proud to be associated with those guys, everything that Coach stands for in terms of graduation, winning the right way, following the NCAA rules, helping players after graduation, playing the game the right way. When people say that I'm a Bob Knight guy, I take that as a huge compliment. Everything that I learned from Coach and Pat still sticks with me today. Something that I'm passionate about is recruiting and why a student athlete should choose to come to Angelo State and play for us. And it's really been the same thing over the years at all the different schools and now Angelo State. You know, number one, it's all about relationships. My coaching philosophy, if I have one, is it's all about the players. You know, coaches don't win games. Basketball programs aren't around for coaches. It's about the players. Everything we do on a day-to-day basis is to take care of our players. It starts with the relationship we're going to have with guys. Cinco and I always talk about living in reality. We tell guys the truth. There's no mind games. There's no this and that. We put it all out there on the table and we work together to achieve our goals. And again, our goals are very simple. We want to graduate every player that we ever coach. We want to win championships at every level. And we want to help guys achieve all their goals after college. And those 3 things really involve around the relationship that we have with our guys. So we're very passionate. We believe in what we stand for. We believe we're at the best institution in Texas. And that's why we attract great student athletes every year, and that will continue to be our pitch over the years. You know, I knew at a young age that I love the game of basketball. The first time I was around it, I just fell in love with it. To me, with all due respect to the other sports, I think it's the best game ever invented because of the teamwork aspect. You've got guys come from different backgrounds, different races, different parts of the country. You play on the same team, you have the same goal. It's an amazing sport. I was probably a little bit better football player growing up, but I remember vividly in junior high, it'd be the summertime, and it was kind of hard to get, 20 guys together to play a pickup football game. But with basketball, you just found a goal, you had a ball, you had one buddy, you could play one-on-one. Get 4 guys, you're playing 2-on-2. It's just the competition and the access to the sport and just the day-to-day love of the sport. I just knew at a young age I wanted to be around the game as long as I possibly could.